So I'm a massive Sega fan. I jumped from the Atari 2600, which I totally loved, to the Sega Mega Drive, which totally blew my mind. We just had a few really great games to begin with. Streets of Rage, Toe Jam and Earl, and the one pack-in game that we got, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic 2 is great. I mean, I've played it to death. It's fast, it's simple, and it pretty much does what it says on the box. For me, Sonic was always that safe platformer, kid-friendly. You fight a fat guy in a red suit, and you free cute forest critters. The Sonic games always sort of lack that edge, which it's fine, you don't really need an edge in a Sonic game. But after 2 Sonic games on the Mega Drive and 2 more on the Master System, the Sonic series got some pretty badass new players in town, like Knuckles the Echidna. He's pretty much the opposite of Sonic, slower, more powerful, and red. And in this game at least, he's on Robotnik's team. Not like Knuckles swung it for me anyway. Overall, Sonic 3 just feels like a much more badass experience, and the Hog has got some awesome new power-ups. For a Hedgehog, he's pretty well equipped. You can surround yourself in electricity, a bubble of water, or fire. Each one lets you do something new, like double jumping, bouncing down and bolting forward. It probably won't blow your mind or change your playing style, but we've all seen what happens when they start to mess way too much with the Sonic formula. So if you're not that keen on playing through with Sonic, weirdo, you can also play through with Tails. Just don't let your mates catch you. At least, your mum will think he's probably pretty cute. Also, if you've got your hands on the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge, you can actually unlock Knuckles as a playable character too, with different abilities to open up different areas. I could talk about the story, but I'm pretty sure everyone gets the idea. Robotnik, he's evil. He's collecting Chaos Emeralds, and he wants to take over the world. This time around, he tricks Knuckles into fighting for him against Sonic, which is why you get attacked at the beginning. You need to get all your Chaos Emeralds back, plus the Master Emerald, which is on that island as well. I kinda like the fact that the story is, exactly what you expect from a Sonic game. The only real surprises that should be in a Sonic game are the awesome machines Robotnik has in store for it. Background storytelling was pretty much a way for games to play through different themed levels. So the interesting thing about Sonic 3 is that it was actually developed alongside the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge. Even though you can play Sonic and Knuckles on its own, you can actually link it up with the Sonic 3 game and get a bunch of extra stages. But dudes, I haven't included that here. I really just wanted to show you what Sonic 3 was like on its own. Sonic 3 feels a little slender without it, but don't get me wrong, Sonic 3 feels like a complete, really well polished Sonic game. But for his big finale, when Sega was at their absolute peak, before the 32X and the Sega CD could really drag them down, this game should have been freaking outrageous. Though, to put it into perspective, this piggyback cartridge actually came out after the 32X, so obviously Sega were going to be starting to push their new tech. Whenever I get my hands on a Sonic cartridge, I never just want to play through it and collect all the emeralds. I want to get to the end. I want to beat those bosses, I want to save the day. So I'm going to apologise up front. I'm not going to collect all the emeralds. I'm not going to turn into Super Sonic. I'm not going to get the good ending. I just get excited. Sonic 3 is a really fast, really awesome game. Being one of Sonic's last adventures in full 2D, alongside Sonic and Knuckles, this game has a lot to live up to. For a lot of us, the next time we saw the Hedgehog was blazing in the 3rd dimension. This was his last big outing in 2D for the Mega Drive. And even though you can find some really good Sonic games on the Sega Game Gear and the Neo Geo Pocket, for a lot of us, we like to think the original Sonic series finished where it started, at home on the Sega Mega Drive.